In today's video, I want to talk about a topic which I recently discovered for myself, and I think this is one of the most powerful things to know about, like how reality works, how the universe works. And yeah, I'm still kind of in the phase where I'm thinking about it, but I think it's literally one of the most game-changing things there is. And this basically goes around the theme that we all create our mental prisons inside our heads in which we live in. And I started my own business a year ago, and I started doing different coachings, because I knew literally very little about business, how to run a successful business. And I started doing coachings, and a lot of coachings, I realized that the like 80-90% of all the coachings, obviously you had like sales parts, marketing parts, accounting parts, but the part which was most important and for everyone was the part of your mind, how you think about life. And the more I kind of dived into the business community and the more entrepreneurs I met, the more I realized that literally every business, like if you have limitations in your head as a founder, as a CEO, this will be directly reflected in your business. And I would even go as far as to say, not even your business, but even your relationships and your health. And yesterday I was on the mastermind of a business club I'm a member in, and there were 15 different entrepreneurs. And the guy who kind of led the mastermind, he was a businessman with like 30 to 40 years of business experience, a very successful person, a serial entrepreneur. And everyone could ask the question, like the most burning question, the problem they want to solve in their business. And the more we talked, the more I realized and that it was all about that. So basically, if you think something is not possible, right? Oh, we can't do this because of X, Y, that, then it won't be possible. But if you think it's possible, it will be possible. So what I mean is that a lot of people think of thoughts as something like, oh yeah, it's not material, it's just our thoughts. But I think that thoughts can actually shape our reality. So, you probably heard a lot about, well, I can give you actually different stories. This might be a long video, but I really want to share this topic with you. So the first topic I really thought a long time about is the topic of telepathy. So basically, you being able to transfer your thoughts to a different person without communicating, right? And we all know that Bluetooth exists, radio waves exist. We can't see them, but those are waves, like in the physics world. And last year I took a course in transcendental meditation. If you don't know transcendental meditation, I might put a link down below, and you can see for yourself what it is. But I basically meditated twice a day, and you have to do a 4-day course with the teacher. You get a mantra, and this is kind of a mantra meditation where you repeat the silent mantra in your head all the time, and you do it like twice a day. But basically my experience was, when I talked to the teacher, that while I was meditating, while my eyes were closed, I kind of could feel, my eyes were closed. I had the timer put for 20 minutes, but I kind of could feel, the time. I knew, how much time was left precisely. And I also felt like I could like after this, I could really like see more clearly what is really on people's minds. And then I went on the next day, I went to this meditation teacher and was start talking to him about it. And I just asked him, I was curious. This was the person who meditated for 50 years. He was, I guess, a man in his 70s, and he was a psychologist, and he was basically meditating since his 20s for 50 years, which is a good testament that it works. And I asked him, what were his experience? What was the most unobvious experience for him? And he told me exactly that, this part of telepathy, where basically while he was meditating, he thought of a friend who he basically needed to talk to. And basically, 10 minutes later, this friend called him. And things like that, right? You can call it also synchronicity and things like that. And I think this is the real part of how universe works. Um, you know, a lot of people, it's not a well accepted fact, but I think more and more people start to realize it. And I think that really our thoughts really shape our reality. And I see it in with myself, maybe sometimes you have a bad night of sleep, you go to the gym and you're like, oh, I know I had this, horrible night of sleep. I know I won't be able, to give my best, to work out at my best. And then the workout isn't as good as well, right? But what I started doing right now is actually, even before I go to sleep, I say to myself, like, look, you go to bed, you will fall asleep very fast. This will be a very nice and restful night of sleep for you. And guess what? This is exactly what manifests. And then, the next day I go to the gym and I say, today I feel like, okay, maybe, I could have slept a little bit longer, but I'm like, no, 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 no. Today will be the best workout. I will hit my PRs, the weights will feel easy. And this is exactly how it turns out. I'll go, I want to go even crazier. Like on one day last week, in the morning, I go outside and I meditate for 20 minutes on the bench, the sun is shining and I just eyes closed and I just meditate. And on this day, it was cloudy. And I really like to get, this morning sunlight plus meditation in the morning. And it was cloudy, very cloudy. And I was like, no. It won't be cloudy. It will change. I know it will change. I know I will sit on this bench and it will get sunny. And I know it will. And while I was sitting on this bench, it was cloudy. But after like maybe 15 minutes into meditation, the sun started shining. And, this was a really cloudy day. And I just knew that, for me, it was the sign that, yes, this is how it really works. And yesterday I was on this mastermind. And then this guy basically started talking about it. He basically told people like, look, I know, I understand you might think I'm crazy. If you think those ideas are crazy, you can't get out. But he basically confirmed also his experience that he thinks that the universe is sort of a matrix where basically a lot of things are possible. And, the only limitations is really in your head. If you think something is not possible, then it will not be possible for you. And, that's why I think a lot of knowledge or some of the knowledge can actually hinder ourselves because we think, oh, this is how it works that way. It works this way. So you basically lose the sense of the feel for the belief in wonders, that some wonders might happen. But if you always think that those things are possible, those things will happen. It's for a reason that, Conor McGregor talks about it, like, where he basically, like the Magic Mac, where he basically read the book, The Secret, and then he imagined, how he will defeat his opponents. But it goes even further, like, he also basically talked that, sometimes he would drive the car and, he knew like the place where he would want to park, it was full of cars, but he basically imagined that one spot for him will be free. And this is what literally happened as well. And I heard those stories in recent times so many times, and it's all around me. And I experience this even with myself, how those things works. And I think, like, if you really believe in it, and if you're really open to it, this is really crazy how it works. And so I think the controlling of our thoughts is very important. So, a lot of us have this negative talk. Oh, I'm a little bit tired today. Oh, I can't do this. But basically using affirmations, saying like, I'm full of energy today. This will be a great day, for me. The universe is taking care of me. I have unlimited energy, things like that. It definitely helps to, to just, because it really becomes true. It really becomes true. And I'm using affirmations daily in my morning. And I just see how it, step by step, it kind of happens. And yeah, I think this, I haven't seen like a lot of people talk about this topic, but I realized that in sports, in business, and everywhere, that our thoughts have a big power. And I think all the problems really stem from it. And once we are able to, free ourselves from this mental prison, then, we can really truly experience the life at fullest and understand that really everything is possible if we believe it's possible. And yeah, one take. Let me know what you think, and thank you very much.